Hello, welcome to the Art of Public Speaking. My name is Byron Puller, author of artofpublicspeaking.net, the website designed to help you advance your public speaking skills. Today, we're going to be talking about engaging your audience. We've all been to a keynote presentation or a business speech. Oftentimes, the speaker is knowledgeable and adept at the subject matter, but the talk drones on and on. Successful public speaking skills avoid this problem by engaging their audience. It goes without saying, but knowing your content forwards and backwards is essential. For tips on how to best prepare, make sure to watch our video on public speaking presentation. For starters, you must be personable on stage in order to get the audience engaged. In the art of public speaking, a personable speaker is far easier for a listener to connect and relate to, thus making their presentation more enjoyable and informative. Being personable might or might not come natural to you. If it doesn't come natural, you still must find a way to reflect yourself as personable and approachable. Being personable involves making an attempt to connect with your audience. In other words, it involves being present in the moment. Listeners sometimes will comment that the speaker just seemed to be giving a canned speech and didn't seem that interested in his topic. This is exactly the opposite of a personable speaker, and you must make strides to avoid this response. Start with an interesting story that contains a real-life application to your topic. The beginning of the presentation is your opportunity to ease into the topic and set the direction and tone of the time. More importantly, it's your chance to engage your audience. Your topic might be complicated or confusing, but an introductory story should provide the framework for your discussion points. Better, it takes a real-life example, an example that every single person in the audience can relate to. This connects your topic to the listener and keeps your audience engaged. Throughout your presentation, a speaker that can poke fun at him or herself will continually engage the audience. As the speaker, you are instantly put on a pedestal. You are seen as the expert in the room, and often above reproach. Making light of the position you have been put in disarms the listener's preconceived notions and allows them to listen to you as a peer. The art of public speaking involves keeping your audience engaged at all times. Taking yourself too seriously will turn off an interested listener, but making yourself an equal engages your audience. In addition, engage your audience by revealing your non-critical weaknesses. A non-critical weakness is a weakness in yourself that isn't considered to be fatal, detrimental, or damaging. Rather, it's more of a personality trait or a revelation that can be considered endearing. Being a sucker for chocolate, hating to exercise, singing in the shower to Britney Spears. These are all examples of non-critical weaknesses. By admitting these to your listeners, you are admitting that you have faults. And by doing so, you instantly gain their trust. No longer are you trying to cram questionable truths down their throats. Rather, now you have admitted a fault and thus have put yourself on an even playing field. A revealed non-critical weakness gains the trust of an audience in the key aspects of your public speaking presentation. Real-life examples always solidify a point and keep an audience engaged in your talk. As the expert on subject matter, most in the room won't understand the content as easily as you do. Contrasting your topics with real-life examples support and give your listener a way to latch onto the concepts. Like we talked about in the intro, a real-life example gives the audience stories to relate to the points you're making and give them ways to remember your presentation down the road. Close your talk with a message about how your topics pertain specifically to the listener. Oftentimes, public speakers make the mistake of assuming that the concepts they present on will naturally work themselves into the listener's daily life. Don't be so foolish. Assume that it is your job to merge the topics of your presentation with the listener's daily life. Presentation skills training emphasizes the need to make your talk relatable. Prepare your presentation to include stories and real-life examples, and make sure to share at least one critical non-weakness. Open and close with engaging rhetoric, and your audience will affirm you as knowledgeable in the art of public speaking. You've been listening to The Art of Public Speaking with Byron Puller. For more tips and tricks to help your public speaking skills, visit artofpublicspeaking.net.